Recubbed, a fanfiction by Lionkingview, Chapter 2. We need to find a way to figure out how this happened, said Kion. I still refuse to believe this, argued Zazu, even though he didn't have any other explanation for what was going on. That may be as is, but for now it seems to be the truth. Zazu, could you find my sister and get her here? Asked Kion. Certainly, said Zazu as he was about to fly off, when Simba addressed him, making the hornbill cringe. Hey Banana Beak, what's with you following some stranger's orders? I'm the prince, and I decide where you fly, declared the cub arrogantly. Zazu was reminded yet again of these humiliating hours of having to babysit the king all these years back. But then he also remembered something else. You are not to give me orders, young prince. Only the king can do that. With these words, Zazu flew off, knowing full well that even if this was just a delusional cub, he would still know the pecking order. Simba just blew a raspberry at the bird and followed it up with the words, "Up yours, Banana Beak," which was then echoed by Nala. "Yeah, up yours," she yelled in bemusement. Kion still wasn't sure what to make of this. He was pretty certain that those were his parents, but he didn't know how or why they were cubs, or why they didn't recognize him for that matter. It was close to magic. Then he came to a realization. Magic, he muttered to himself, and then returned to Fuli. Fuli, I hate to send you to fetch people, but you're the fastest, Kion started. Don't worry, that's quite alright. Who do you want me to get? Asked the cheetah. Rafiki, said Kion. If anyone knows about magic, or at least things close to it, it's him, explained Kion. I'll be right back, explained Fuli before Kion could thank her. She was gone. So, who made you king, huh? Asked Simba. What? No one. Why would you ask such a thing? Asked Kion in bewilderment. You order everyone around, including Dad's butt bird, explained Simba. I'm not even allowed to do that. What makes you so special? Listen, I'm just organizing things. I'm not ordering them around, elaborated Kion. Yeah, sure, sneered Simba. Figures that you would not even own up to it. You look like a coward, Simba went on. Excuse me? Was all Kion could answer. Had his father really been this mean as a child? Simba arrogantly turned away from Kion. Curiously enough, Nala made her way over to Kion. Listen, Kion was your name, right? She started. Don't take what Simba said about you too personal, it's just that he's jealous cause... Before Nala could finish that sentence, Simba interrupted her. Nala, come on, we ditch those losers, he said, while starting to walk off. Yeah, Nala exclaimed in seeming agreement. He's jealous of what? Asked Kion discreetly as Nala too started to walk off. Never mind, just keep it in mind. He doesn't mean it. Then she quickly followed Simba. Kion waited a few seconds until he knew the two cubs were out of earshot. Oh no, keep track of them from the sky. Report immediately if they're about to do something dangerous or stupid, ordered Kion. Affirmative, replied the egret and flew off. Just a few seconds later, Fuli and Rafiki came into view. Young prince, Fuli had told me quite the tall tale of your parents being cubs again. If so, then I would like to see them straight away, the mandrill demanded. You believe that my parents are actually cubs again? Just like that? Asked Kion. Of course, young lion, I've lived through enough stuff, and seen things you wouldn't believe if you saw them yourself, responded the mandrill with a hint of sass. Alright, they wandered off towards the north, said Kion. Ono is keeping track of them. They couldn't have come far. We'll intercept them. I would like to know as much as you can tell me about age-related magic. Maybe you know some way of reversing this. I'm not sure on how to reverse this, but I have a sneaking suspicion on what caused them to age back, explained Rafiki. What would that be? Asked Kion. Rafiki started walking as he kept talking. Well, earlier today I got your parents in my tree, he started. A few minutes later, Rafiki, Kion, Bunga, Beshti, and Fuli had come into eye and earshot of Simba and Nala. The two cubs were playing without any care in the world. Kion hesitated. Rafiki, I think it would be better if you talk to them. I think they might know and respect you a lot more than me or anyone of the guard. I think you might be right. These two, or maybe mostly Simba, can be a bit cheeky. But if I remember correctly, they were easy to handle once you knew what they like, said Rafiki. In other words, dig a trench and the river will run along it, believing it always wanted to go where the trench leads, added Rafiki as he walked towards the cubs. Simba and Nala, so good to see you, he greeted them. Hello, Rafiki, greeted Nala, friendly as ever. Hi, Rafiki, greeted Simba, more reluctantly. Are you here to give us medicine again? Asked Simba, moving subtly behind Nala. Why, are you sick? Asked Rafiki, jokingly. No, answered the cub. Then there is no reason for me to give you medicine. Although... Rafiki squinted his eyes as he moved closer to Simba and Nala. Although what? Asked Simba as he took a few steps back. You two have something in your fur, Rafiki said as he observed a multicolored collection of powder and dried liquids all over Nala. Even from a distance he could see the same rainbow of powder and oils on Simba. Rafiki ran his hand through Nala's fur and smelled the powder that had stuck to his hand. It smelled of crushed roots, fruits, and most of all, it smelled of his tree. These really were Simba and Nala. What is it? Asked Nala with genuine interest. These are powders from my tree. Rafiki knew full well that neither Simba nor Nala would remember having been in this tree earlier today. They didn't remember anything else, so why on earth would they remember this? Why is that in our fur? We wouldn't go into your tree. The only thing that's up there is medicine, pouted Simba. Yeah, I wish you hadn't, muttered Rafiki to himself. I would say you better go for a swim in the waterhole as soon as possible to get it out of your fur. Before your parents see you all messy like this, reasoned Rafiki out loud. I don't want to go to the waterhole, argued Simba. Well, if you don't wash it out now, I imagine your mother will give you a bath once she sees you like this, countered Rafiki, knowing full well that Sarabi would be upset alright, but not because of Simba's messy fur, rather because Simba was a cub again. Come on, Simba, I know you're scared of water, but... Nala started but was quickly interrupted by Simba. I'm not scared of anything, he protested. Well, that's good, then you two go wash the powder out of your fur, said Rafiki with encouragement in his voice. Fine, growled Simba as he started to walk towards the waterhole. Don't worry, Simba. I'll be right by your side, so nothing bad will happen while we swim, promised Nala with her usual sweetness. Not in front of Rafiki, Simba reminded her with a distinct sound of embarrassment in his voice. Once the cubs were gone, Kion and the rest of the guard met up with Rafiki. Okay, so did you find out what to do? Asked Kion. The mixture of powders and oils must have accidentally created a kunyoa kwa wakati, reasoned Rafiki. Oh, what? Asked the guard in unison. It's a rejuvenating brew, but it's only to be used for heavy wounds and with caution. It's not to be put all over your body. For a wound, you need barely a handful, explained Rafiki. I would assume that the side effects of having it all over your body must be getting younger and memory loss, Rafiki went on. That's why I told Simba and Nala to take a swim and clean themselves up. You said you found both of them asleep? Asked Rafiki. Yes, answered Kion. Good thing you woke them up, because sleep accelerates the effect of the mixture. Rafiki explained. So, what do we do now? Asked Beshti. Now we need to get Simba's and Nala's memories back and make them adults again. I know how to mix the both of the potions, but I do need some ingredients, explained Rafiki. We'll spread out and get what you need, declared Kion. Kion! A familiar voice sounded from behind Kion. Kiara, you made it. Did Zazu tell you everything? Kion asked. Yes, so, where are our parents? Responded Kiara. I'll tell you once Rafiki has told us what we should get, said Kion. Kion turned to Rafiki. He knew that time was of the essence. Actually, Kion and Kiara, you two should look after your parents. The rest of the guard can get me the ingredients. The king and queen should be protected by the law, explained Rafiki. But they weren't exactly friendly towards me, argued Kion.
They don't know Kiara yet,
reasoned Rafiki. Yeah, come on, little brother. Our parents rely on us, added Kiara. I guess you're right, agreed Kion. Let's go to the waterhole. End of chapter 2.